morning and welcome again to the DBS Morning Show. My name is Maureen. I want to say good morning to a little gentleman I met at the Massey Store supermarket in Cul-de-sac. I didn't get the name, but definitely I guess you remember who you are. So have an awesome day and awesome morning. We got to see what's going on in the news desk and then we'll be back.
Good morning. Minister for Labour, Dr. Virginia Albert Poyott, says that workers going to farms in Canada will have the opportunity to obtain new contracts without returning to the island come 2025.
That program has been going on for many decades, but there is a slight improvement this time. When the employees complete a term with a particular farmer, a particular contract, they would have to end the contract and come back home. And then maybe a new farm owner may decide to rehire them. So they had to sign a new contract. So this time around, they can switch from one contract with a farmer to another farmer with a new contract without having to come back to St. Lucia.
The minister also addressed past concerns regarding the program, including accusations of worker abuse and racism. On May 5th, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, the IFRC, celebrated its 105th anniversary. Since its last anniversary, the IFRC has lost the most volunteers since record keeping began. Here in St. Lucia, the Red Cross Society is celebrating its 75th year in existence.
75 years ago, a group of visionary individuals came together with a shared belief in the power of humanity. They founded a branch of the British Red Cross with a simple yet profound mission: to serve those in need without discrimination, to alleviate human suffering, and to promote peace and understanding. Since then, generation after generation of volunteers, staff, and supporters have carried forth this torch of compassion, illuminating the darkest corners of despair.
The president of the St. Lucia Red Cross Society has expressed gratitude to the volunteers who do the work here, as well as the nature of the work that they do. His Lordship, the Honorable Justice Mario Michel, a seasoned legal professional with a distinguished career, has assumed the role of acting Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, the ECSC, headquartered right here in St. Lucia. A statement from the court says the transition of leadership has been seamless, with Justice Michel being sworn in by St. Lucia's acting Governor General, His Excellency Mr. Errol Charles, on the 6th of May this year, and taking up his position immediately, ensuring the uninterrupted operation of the court. Of course, they're referring to the retirement of the last Chief Justice. Stakeholders from both the private and public sectors engaged in comprehensive training led by representatives from the World Bank and the European Union. The focus of that training was on the licensing procedures and risk assessment protocols concerning virtual asset service providers.
Considering the recent revisions made by the FATF in terms of Recommendation 15 new technologies and the growing presence of this sector in our region, the cooperation of all relevant stakeholders is very important in implementing measures that deter the misuse of the sector for illicit purposes.
The objective of the training exercise is to deepen participants' understanding of international standards and best practices within the virtual assets sector. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thanks, Kendall. We need to take a short break. We're coming right back. Well, it's very, very refreshing to see that avenues have been created for our creatives on the island, and even more refreshing to see that they are actually profiting the opportunity to extend on their craft, to learn the professional side of what it is that they do. We caught up with Pilot Music. No creatives left behind. Yeah. That is the name of the movement. I call it a movement. That is the name of the movement. That's the name of what is grounding right now. And we are very, very excited and happy and curious, because we fall upon one of our very creatives say, if you don't know, this man is Pilot. Pilot it is. What's going on, brother? It's been a minute. It's been a good while. What's been going on with you, man?
I'd say that I took a little break. I feel like I needed to understand, like, especially the business aspect of music. I mean, for me, it comes easy to create, write, and release songs, but there had this other side that I really wanted, so a better understanding of,
Yes, yes.
and hence why I'm here. Also,
Yes,
I'm
man.
on that journey of just understanding the other aspect of music.
Wow.
Yeah.
What has it been like now? Now this presented itself. What I know you missed some of it because you were at
Yeah.
work, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
another thing creatives here face because
Yeah,
you have to
yeah,
balance your
yeah,
creativity, and then you still have to make your
that's
money
what-
because
that's
die
what-
making money while you're trying.
it's a
I know
money
the
you
thing
spend
so well.
to reach-
So you have to you
Yeah.
have to balance it up, but at least you tried to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
yourself in here.
definitely.
But since you've been here, what are some of the things to note? What are some of the things that you believe it was vital to you making that
Yeah,
decision
there's
to join?
Definitely so much information, so much insight as to how to market your business, especially on the online space. The different, for example, DistroKid, ways to get your music on Apple Music, etc. Also the shares, how to share the certain rights in your music. I could stay here all day and go into depth. The guys had a wealth of knowledge, and
Right.
they definitely made a very insightful presentation during the short space of time that I've been here. So far
Right.
as if I started right back, I think it started on Friday.
Right. Now, what with that information, how do you see yourself applying this to your craft and the break that you take in order to revamp yourself and come back? Because this is what you love. This is
Yeah,
this is what
definitely. This is
you
my
believe you're
passion.
creating. That's your passion. How do you see you applying that now in meaningful ways?
Honestly, I've already started. There's some online companies that I've signed up with. My music is already on Spotify
Wow, okay.
and all the other online stores. My splits and everything in good order. I had to switch some things up. after talking to the
Okay,
guys,
all right.
So yeah, definitely a little bit more revenue with expected to be coming in from that. Yeah.
Right. Now you said you take a little break, and we appreciate that. This is good for you. Big up you, man. That's important and vital. Now that's what defines the people who just wants to do
Yeah,
this or the
take it
people who are serious about it. So what are we looking for next? Now that are you ready to come back, or
Yeah,
you're ready to
definitely,
come back? So we
definitely.
seeing stuff for you for the carnival?
Yeah.
Aye.
I'm looking forward to Soca Monarch. I have a song coming out.
Oh,
It should
great.
be out by next month. And I basically I could say I have a whole album there because
Wow.
So I have a lot of songs that I can't wait for people to hear, and I basically can't wait to put out there.
Right. Well, we want to wish you the best, man. What would you say if you'd say to anything? Because the gentleman has indicated, Paris has indicated that he intends for this to carry on. What is your thoughts on this becoming a vital part of the component of the industry on the ground? Needed?
Yeah, definitely needed. I mean, the music industry has a lot of, not to be rash, but a lot of money in it. So you have to understand how to make the money and the different ways that you can can pull that revenue in. So I think when it boils down to it, I mean, we rely on tourism, and that's another way in which our music can reach out to other islands, and people come out here to see what's up with St. Lucia. Just like when Denry segment just blew up.
That's true.
Everybody was like, wow, that new sound. So, definitely an avenue for our island names being being spoken about in different countries, different, sittings. And definitely we're bringing tourism, bringing revenue. And I think that's, well, like he indicated, that's one of many. I hope, whoever he's in talks with keeps their word.
Their words, yeah.
And that definitely continues.
Absolutely. Pilot, we want to wish you the best. Of course, throughout your
appreciate it.
handles,
Thank
because
you.
you say big things coming, so you
Yeah,
want to
big
follow the
things coming,
movement.
big
What's
things
going on?
coming.
Which are the handles?
The
Pilots on Instagram,
yeah.
on X, where are
YouTube,
you?
Pilot Music 758, and all the online stores, Pilot 758. Look out for new music coming soon. Yeah, love you guys. Can't wait to release some more music. Look forward to seeing you.
Oh, I'm going to be
So,
making noise
at the
either on the
events,
stage or in front of the
already.
stage, but we're going to be
Yeah.
making noise. Just make sure you give me reason to make noise.
Yeah, of course,
Right,
of
all
course,
right. Manners and respect, man.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, good. And from time to time, we find out about persons within the region that is doing things that probably we might benefit from some way or the other, or maybe we could gather a little insight from. So one such gentleman is Richard Oliver. Richard Oliver is the managing director of First Link Business Solution. Hello, everybody. I'm here with Richard. Richard Oliver is the managing director of First Link Business Solution. It's a company that is based out of Trinidad. Am I correct, Richard?
Yes.
Well, welcome. It's an honor to have you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and this company. What is it that you do?
So basically, FirstLink Business Solutions is a accounting and business advisory firm. We started back in 2015 based on a need identified in the market where business owners were just making decisions based on gut and emotion. And we really wanted to help them explain and understand their numbers to make actionable decisions to grow their business. So we started providing this service to be more than just an accounting or bookkeeping firm, really holding hands with business owners and acting as their wingman and helping them navigate these, turbulent, economic times.
Right. A little is history about yourself. You've been in the financial institution or the business for some time. As managing director, well, you head that company. So give us a little background on yourself and,
So I've been essentially in this space of entrepreneurship and accounting for the greater part of about 10, 11 years. And it is something that I really do appreciate and love doing. I think it's one of the things that I was born to do. One of the things I have a huge passion in working with small business owners to help them understand their numbers. And most times, accounting is the language of business. And I really want to be able to simplify it for them to understand, using my background and just appreciation of accounting and finance to really sit down and help work with growing their business with them.
Financial literacy is something, well, we just recognized that observance recently as well. From your vantage point, being in the field, looking across, you definitely see that there is a void or a need. How it is that you intend to pitch to business personnel to make them realize that they need persons like yourself, they need interventions like what you're creating to better understand their business?
So our pitch is pretty simple, and it's very lonely being on the top as a business owner, entrepreneur. You're forced to make all these decisions, and sometimes by yourself, especially in these small to medium-sized companies. Our pitch is essentially we take it from an advisory standpoint. We are there, as I mentioned, that wingman and wingwoman helping you to achieve your goals. So what does that mean for me? It means that I'm coming into your organization to help you to achieve whatever business aspirations you have. So I want to essentially figure out where you are today with your business, where you want to go in the future, and understand the gap that exists today between those 2 points. And then we create a plan on how do we get there, what are the numbers we need to achieve, what are the strategies we need to implement, and create an action plan. And as with any action plan, as with any pilot in flight, things happen and you may have to change course, you may have to change strategies, and that's what comes in the continuous approach afterwards, where we are monitoring this plan against actual performance and making pivots as we go on, trying to ensure that you achieve that end aspiration or whatever it may be. Maybe it may be to double my profit. Maybe it may be to expand to 10 locations, whatever that may be for the business owner.
Right. Now, a lot of people, like you said, go into business. A lot of business fail because they don't understand the financial part of it, which is the most critical part. What are some of the quick advice that you could throw out to business owners to help them to mitigate the effects of finding themselves into financial ruins?
So I would give the 3 quick advice I'll give the person is, from day one, you need to have someone recording your transactions and doing your bookkeeping. At the end of the day, we need to understand whether we're making any money, how much revenue is coming in, how much revenue is going out. That is the foundation of everything that comes after, and that should be done from day one. As you start to grow, then you need someone that has maybe a greater, more financial insight that can come and explain the numbers to you and help you use those numbers to make data-driven, actionable decisions. Because at the end of the day, the numbers tell a story, and it's up to you as the business owner to work with trusted advisors to figure out what is the story it is telling, what is the trend that it's telling. I heard you mention there about most businesses fail, and they do. They do fail because of poor financial management practices. But the one thing that they do not do is fail overnight. The trends have been there. The profitability was going down, the cash balances were going down, revenue was going down, gross profit may have been going down. It never happens overnight. And if you take a proactive approach to managing your financial management, you can see the signs of when it is actually going negative.
Right. People come on board. Right now, a lot of small businesses, you're seeing financial institutions coming from all about offering these small business loans and these things, and a lot of people get excited. They run after these things. What do you think of small business loans? Do you believe it to be a negative or a positive thing?
So a small business loan depends completely on the use it is put to. So I would not say that the loan itself is good or bad. It's how that business owner chooses to use that money. And I would always tell most of my clients that before we go getting credit facilities, we need to understand why we are getting those facilities, and does it meet our why? What was the greater plan and aspirations of the company? Are we going to take a $1 million loan just to pay back all debt? Is that going to be the best way to utilize that money? Or should we be investing it into some sort of machinery, equipment, software that will essentially reduce our operational costs? So where small business financing is concerned, I really do think owners need to pay a little more attention to the use of it, and also pay a little more attention to the way in which they utilize it. And I'll give you a perfect example. Most business owners will take maybe a business credit card or overdraft facility that traditionally has a high interest rate, and they always operate close to the maximum of it. So in terms of a credit card, where they may be looking at that credit card essentially as a short-term loan, that loan may be coming at a cost of 24% per annum, and that really is extremely high cost of borrowing. So again, I think that small business loans, it needs to be dependent on the use as well as the type of product that you choose for the particular use. I would not want to finance long-term acquisitions with, for example, a credit card out of a overdraft facility. Those things are meant for short-term purchases.
Right. Where does the greater responsibility lies when it comes to borrowing? Greater responsibility lies on the lending institution or on the person's borrowing?
Well, the lending institution is a business itself, and all businesses are in it to make a profit. So as a small business owner, the onus has to be on ourselves to determine and to educate ourselves on the principles of borrowing. And if we don't know, to find the right advice to ensure that we are prudent in our financial management. And a lot of times, we go to school, we learn finance concepts, we learn investment concepts, but they don't necessarily teach us practical, real-world financial literacy per se. Those are things that, adults, you have to learn trial and error. And for a business owner, sometimes trial and error could be the difference between business success and business failure.
Wonderful. All right. Well, that being said, you're here and you're offering a lot of insight in that regard. And thankfully, they can actually look your way. How can they connect with you? How can business owners or persons looking to get some sort of relief or some sort of enlightenment in that department contact you?
So they can visit our website, which is www.firstlinktt.org, or they can also call us at 868 235-3704. We're also available on LinkedIn and Facebook at FirstLink TT. And, and we also have a sister brand that provides services to the entire Caribbean and North America, which is CFO Lifeline, which is website www.cfolifeline.com.
Wonderful. Richard, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. You enjoy the rest of the day.
You also. And that is our show for today. I hope you will go out and have an awesome day. It's Thursday. It's like the eve of the weekend. So I hope you'll go out and have an amazing day today. And if you can be quiet, you know what I like to say. Be kind. Have an awesome day. Let's do it again tomorrow.